Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. On today's video, we're going to be doing an unboxing on this awesome Gamorrean Guard in a 1/6 scale. This is from 2002 and was made by Hasbro, and it's a KB Toys exclusive. A little bit of backstory on this guy. I was up in Raleigh, North Carolina recently, and I'm always looking for toy stores, comic stores, collectible stores, anytime I go to a different city. Usually when I'm in Raleigh, it seems to be a Sunday, and I'm always missing the stores when they're open. Either I'm too late, too early, or they're just closed that day. However, I was up there the other night on a weeknight, and I caught one of the toy stores that I've been wanting to get into, called Cro-Mag Toys, with about 20 minutes to spare. Going in there, they had an awesome selection of all kind of popcorn type stuff. However, they had an amazing collection of Star Wars stuff. Uh, I actually asked them to stay in there just a little bit longer. I knew they were probably getting ready to close, but I purchased this guy, and he was one of the first things that I saw that just caught my eye. I was so stoked to see this. Usually the 12-inch figures, they look more like dolls. I'm not really into some of those. There's several of them out, and not many of them really look that great to me. However, just looking at this figure and the paint on his face and the outfit that he has in the box, yeah, I was instantly like, I want that for a display. Sometimes I buy stuff without really much intention to even open it, but this guy, I knew immediately. I was like, he's going to go on a shelf somewhere, and I'm absolutely stoked to dig into this today. So like I said, without further ado, let's actually take a look at the box, and then we'll cut it open, play with it, and see what exactly we gotten ourselves into. As far as the box goes, we can see that it says Star Wars Return of the Jedi Gamorrean Guard, made by Hasbro. On the side, we have some photos of the Gamorrean Guard from Return of the Jedi, articulated arms, head, and neck. I believe this has 7 points of articulation. On the back of the box, we have kind of a blurb about what happens in Return of the Jedi. However, I wanted to read this blurb of the Gamorrean Guard. I thought it was kind of interesting. All right. Gamorrean Guard. Tough, brutish Gamorrean guards are posted as sentries throughout Jabba the Hutt's palace. Prone to violence, these slow-witted creatures are stubborn and loyal. The low intelligence of male Gamorreans is an asset to their employers, as they cannot be bribed or persuaded to betray. They prefer hand-to-hand combat weapons instead of blasters. So yeah, I thought that was a little interesting. I did some Wikipedia reading up on the Gamorreans, and just what their warring culture. The males are boars, the females are sows. They love to curse, even though they're speaking in their own language. They love people that curse. The males are prided on their warlike abilities and what a warrior they are. And as it said in the back, they prefer hand-to-hand combat weapons. So some of the accessories that come with this, we'll see in a bit. There's two axes in here, a long-handled axe and a short-handled axe. So going back to the back again, we can read some of the stuff on here. It says helmet, shoulder armor, palace garments, 2 heavy-duty axes, sandals, and gauntlets on the forearms. So yeah, pretty cool box, just with the information on the back. And down here at the bottom, you can see some of the other figures from this line. Maybe we have a Padme Amidala, we have a Geonosian warrior, and Anakin Skywalker. All of those are the Attack of the Clones appearances. So finally, on the other side, we have authentically styled and another picture of the Gamorrean Guard. We'll take a look at the bottom of the box too. If you remember these Jedi Master points from about 2002, I guess, but just anything that had to do with the Phantom Menace. I remember these Jedi Master points, so you could mail these in, and probably if you had 1,000,000, you might be able to get a sticker or something, who knows. But just an interesting something at the time. And I believe Star Wars has always kind of done something similar to that, some kind of a rebate. As you can see right here, this is a sticker from Cro-Mag Toys where I purchased this at. I purchased that for $70, which I think it's pretty fair market value after looking it up. Some are a little bit lower, but they want higher shipping. But yeah, so something in this condition, and especially for me to be able to find it in person versus ordering it online, I don't mind paying that little bit of premium. And yeah, I'm pretty stoked. So let's go ahead and open this up and see what we got here. We have him out. Look at the face paint on this guy. Absolutely stunning, man. That's honestly, it's what drove me to get it. I've always liked a couple of things about the Gamorrean Guard figures that comes out, such as the Black Series, the 6-inch. I really like that typically they'll use some kind of real material for the fur on his outfit, I guess. And between the leather pleather that's on here, this material, this is actually like a real kind of shirt cloth material. His undergarments here, all this stuff, man, this is all actual material. The only thing that isn't actual cloth of some sort or some kind of material is his sandals down here, and you know, the plastics around his arms, his helmet, and the back of his head. Everything, all of this stuff is all an actual material, including his leather belt and his little over-the-shoulder strap for that belt. Now let's talk about articulation right quick. So his head rotates side to side, not really up and down at all, just side to side. Arms at the shoulders, on the wrists, shoulders, hands. Kind of cool that one of his hands is just kind of open like this versus like both of them just having the fist. The hips on this one, the hips rotate, swivel, I guess. And so there's like no knee or ankle switching, but it makes it actually pretty good to where you can, I kind of like that, the swivel, where you can kind of lean them in different directions just a bit, and absolutely no troubles whatsoever making sure this figure is going to be level on a shelf or anything of the sort. So let's check out these axes. So we have this short-handled axe, a lot of detail in that. That's pretty cool. Just it looks weathered. The wood portion looks all right, but that's kind of covered anyway. This axe got a little bit of blood on it. That's kind of cool. Some dings in the metal from use by this guy. These are warriors. So yeah, pretty cool, man. So let's see. We're gonna make it the same way as the box first. This guy, I don't know how they got that working like that. Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna work out. Let's try this out. So this one kind of fits okay, but kind of loose in there, honestly. So that's a, let's see if we can just bend that backwards, because I'd like to think that he would actually hold the thing. So, okay, but not particularly everything that I'd hoped for off the get-go, because this guy, he's like holding both axes, and it's like seemingly pretty good. Let me turn him towards me just a bit, and take a look. Because even this one, if you put it in, it's just the diameter of the axe is a little small, so it just slides all the way down in his hand. So that's one thing that maybe could have been done a little bit differently. However, maybe with the right positioning, it just won't even be like an issue, you know. Have his arms down low, and see if we can make him look like. So it might just be one of those things, you know, you kind of think that it's going to be a perfect fit or whatnot. But sometimes you just finagle stuff. Like right now, I'm going to kind of push that over his hand a bit. So this one's pretty good. However, this little guy, I don't know what we're going to do with that for display purposes. You know, I'm sure I can just kind of make it work like this or something. I don't really plan to play with this guy a bunch or anything. It's just an eye catcher on a shelf. So my final thoughts on this piece. If it were an action figure, I might not be as stoked. Um, I do wish that the axe handles would have been a little bit bigger in diameter to fit the hands, and or if the hands would be fitted to the handles. That other hand, if I keep that axe in there, it's going to have to kind of stay here wedged or something. But ultimately, I think it's a beautiful figure. I, as kind of a collector, I'm okay with the price that I paid for it. Um, and I think it's going to make a beautiful, eye-catching display piece, and which is exactly what I purchased it for. So I appreciate you guys joining me for this vintage 2002 Gamorrean Guard unboxing. Maybe if you find one, you know what you're getting into. Maybe you know the hands don't really fit the axes quite as well as some of the pictures show. But the good things that you're going to get out of this are the awesome clothing that he has on, the fur, the face sculpt, the detail in the axes and in his armor. It's very stable. The swiveling hips seem like a great idea for this stature and build to make him very stable. So yeah, those are the things that I like about this figure, some of the things that I didn't like about the figure, and I hope you enjoyed. If you did enjoy, please consider giving a subscribe, a like, a share, and tell us what you think we should do in the future. I have a ton of stuff that I can unbox, and I'm hoping to get to some more of that stuff in the near future. But until then, I appreciate you joining, watching, and checking out this awesome 2002 Gamorrean Guard.